Hey, it's Scott with Storyteller. Today I talked to a real estate agent from San Antonio, Texas, who's not only killing it with video for his business, but he's also the host of a weekly interview show on Facebook. We also have a tech tip for you today where we show you a relatively inexpensive solution for shooting video on the go with your cell phone that comes out smooth and pro. This is Storycast. This is Tim Macy. He's an Air Force vet, an amateur boxer, wish I'd asked him more about that, and he's a real estate agent in San Antonio, Texas. He's also the host of a weekly real estate show on Facebook called, well, The Tim Macy Show. He's interviewed tons of industry heavyweights, Mitch Stevens, Travis Tom, Nick Baldwin, Glenn Sanford, Bill Pipes, and this guy, Bond, Jay Bond. He does this every week and has been for months now with no sign of slowing down. And he somehow also finds time to do video for his own business and with his partner, Emily Terrell.
I meant to say Woods and Wild.
And Wild.
Came out Wilds.
Yeah.
Does listing videos with personality.
Filling in for her. I have my unemployed 2-year-old daughter here interning with us for the summer. And yeah.
Educational videos with humor.
It's international, mastering the art of selling real estate. I was friends with Tommy Hopkins. Okay.
This was recorded the year I graduated from high school.
When she was
He's doing a local gym showcase with his own health at stake.
dad bod.
Ready to go. Already getting every transform that damn bod.
Should sign up for 4 rounds.
I'm gonna be feeling it tomorrow, I know.
And my
Finally
personal favorite,
getting into the
the
starting
send-up
lineup
of one of those
the
HGTV
beautiful
shows
custom
featuring Marvel
renovation
superhero
done by
War
a
Machine
local San
relocating
Antonio
to,
designer.
you guessed it, San Antonio.
Movies.
Now we're at house number 2, and it's in the middle of renovation. So if War Machine likes it, he can kind of put his finishing touches on it.
Some input on the design. Fortunately, War Machine was not able to obtain Sibley as an extra.
You can make salami here.
He also somehow found time to talk to me for a few about it all.
Go bruschetta.
All right, hey, it's Scott with Storyteller. I'm sitting with Tim Macy, eXp Realty in San Antonio, Texas, and he has been kind enough to sit down with me and talk a little bit about his business and about video and how it is incorporated in his business. And without further ado, hello, Tim.
Scott, thanks for having me on, man. Super excited to be here.
Man, it's my pleasure. I really appreciate you coming on, especially with short notice. I want to start by giving the people watching a little background on you, how long you've been in real estate, how you got started, that kind of thing, and then we'll go from there and try and dovetail it into why you decided to start using video.
For sure. I've been in real estate for 3 years, and I got out of the military, got out of the Air Force here in San Antonio. I got medicaled out, which is a longer process. I was in for about 7 years, and then that process is a long one, and we kind of grew roots here in San Antonio. And so by the time we got out, decided to stay, and I knew I didn't want somebody else to write my check for me anymore. I wanted to write my own paycheck.
Right.
State seemed like a good way to go.
Sure. Why not? And it seems to be going pretty well, at least based on what I've seen. And I see you online a lot because you're also the host of your own show, the Tim Macy Show. And I want you to talk a little bit about both why and how you decided that video was going to be an important component for your business.
Yeah. So, Facebook Live was the thing. You were supposed to do Facebook Live stuff. Right. And I love talking to real estate people. I go to these conventions. I love talking to real estate agents about what they're doing in their market. I love talking to investors about different tactics and all that stuff. Honestly, I probably like talking about real estate more than I like doing real estate. I mean, I just, I'm big on tactics and practices and whatnot. And so, I think in the fall of last year, I decided that I was going to do one on Facebook. Right. I just did one on my personal page. No big deal. And I do a lot of stupid stuff on my personal page. And people seem to like this, right? Like they were like, wow, a lot of people commented on it. A lot of people watched it. A lot of people called me and said, hey, that was great. And I said, okay, I have something here. And then I think in December of last year, I just committed to, I was going to do one a week. And so I booked out December, and then I booked out January. And now it's the end of May. And I've been doing one a week for, a couple months now.
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of guests.
It's not that bad when I look at the other type of videos I produce.
Mhm.
I mean, this one's a live Facebook interview. I don't edit it at all. And so I just send the person a link. I mean, finding the guests, tracking them down, and trying to get better guests, right? Because I've gotten really good guests. I mean, I had Bill Pipes on last week, and so now it's like I gotta get Tom Ferry. And then if I do that, like, where do you go from there? You
Get
know?
Tom Ferry, get Gary Keller, get Gary V on there.
Right, get Gary. Yeah, so I've got a hit list, and they're all on it.
Right.
But no, and so it's really not that hard considering how much traction it gets, because I mean, I just set up my link, I send them the link, they click it, I interview them for an hour, I'm done, I go back to work.
Right.
So that's actually not that bad. The challenge is, like I said, finding better guests and then figuring out how to grow it.
Sure. Now, obviously, you know, I real estate is an industry that lends itself particularly well, or maybe vice versa, to video.
Mhm.
And the show is a great thing you're doing. But do you really, what do you think the real connection is with video for your show, for example, or other types of videos you do for your business?
So one, I do the best I can to just try to figure out what people engage with, what people like, and what people want to see more of, and do that. I try not to think of the ROI too much on the back end, because it's just my belief that if I add more value and I engage with more people, business will eventually come back around. And so, like the interview, the Tim Macy show deal, I mean, I'm interviewing real estate agents from all over the country, right? I'm not interviewing anybody really locally. And so that shouldn't help my local business at all. I just know I liked doing it and people liked it.
Right.
But now, later on, I mean, my agent-to-agent referrals are through the roof this year, right?
Oh, sure. You're a recognizable name, and your show allows you to let people know how knowledgeable you are, and it lets people know how serious you are as well. You know, so that kind of thing. Yeah, I'm sure it's almost a no-brainer in that regard.
But it was unexpected, right? Like, I didn't say, hey, I'm going to do this and I'm going to try to get more agent-to-agent referrals. I just did it, and it was a consequence of it, and you know, it was a good outcome of doing it. And so, like, I'm doing a series right now because I'm in the worst shape of my life, right? Like I said, I got out of the military.
The Dad Bod series.
The Dad Bod series, yeah. And so I got out of the military 4 years ago in, like, the best shape of my life, because I was down here at the Special Operations Training Squadron. And then I just declined, you know, as I got into real estate, and ate more fast food, and, like, the abs went away. I got this belly thing going on. We had the kid. And so I think, you know, all the real estate agent video series that I've seen has always been food, right? Like, go highlight local restaurants.
Sure.
And I don't know, I have to do something different, right? Like, I know I need to do something, but I can't do what everybody else is doing. And so this thing it seemed to make sense to me. I need to get in shape. I need to get healthy. And so why not go to these local gyms with local gym owners and have them just smoke me and put me through these workouts where I'm dying on the ground, which I think will be entertaining.
Yeah, most people like to watch others suffer.
Right? Yeah. And so highlight the local gyms. And that's a series that I'm doing. And I'm not, like, real estate is not mentioned at all. You know, so I know there's a lot of people that are going to look at it and say, like, why are you doing this? There's no money to be made doing it.
But that's the thing, though, is that, you know, and this is one of the things that we try and reinforce here with trying to encourage people to use video for their business, or almost in any capacity. One of the main points is to create a personal connection with you as an individual and as a person. So we always encourage people to do videos on a more personal level. In the Dad Bod series, I mean, I promise you there's dozens and dozens of people within a mile of you right now that will identify with that and find it very entertaining. That's pretty awesome.
Sure.
So
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, so I was going to say is, and the thing is, you know, people be like, why is he doing that? But if people connect with me through that video, they're going to get the real estate once I pull them into my ecosystem, right? Sure. Once I pull them into my Tim Macy show, once I pull them into the property videos, once I pull them into the Dad Bod videos, like, once I get them, they're in, and they're going to get the real estate side.
Yeah, and the whole truth of the matter is it's an identity thing too. You know, it's going to come to the point where a husband and wife are having coffee and discussing the market and selling their house, and somebody's going to say, "What about this Tim Macy guy?" And there you are.
There you go.
Now, do What do you think? I mean, granted, you've only been doing it since December, but obviously video's become a really key component and you're doing all the right things that everybody advises. What would you recommend to someone who hasn't done any of the video and they're just getting ready to start out? How would you, where would you tell people to start if they wanted to get on this train?
Just do one. And honestly, it's like Facebook is the best, right?
Right.
Because if you make a bad video, nobody's going to see it. You know what I mean?
They don't have to anyway.
But no, like with the algorithm and everything else, what happens is you put up a video and it sucks and, you know, one person likes it and nobody comments on it. It's
disappears.
Like it disappears.
Right.
You know what I mean? So just make a video. And everybody's like, well, I have to learn how to edit video. The only way you learn how to edit video is by making videos.
Right.
And so, you know, look, I know it's a bit of a time suck. I know I spend probably too much time editing videos, but I enjoy it. So it's a little bit of both, right? It's a little bit of work, a little bit of pleasure.
Right.
But just do it. Just put one together and then put two together and realize that you're no good at it and hire somebody. But whatever you do, just do one.
Yeah. Just do the videos.
Yeah,
it's good advice. And the other thing too is that, you know, I mean, we're living in a really amazing time where the technology is so accessible and inexpensive. Everybody's carrying a smartphone. You can get one of those gimbal sticks for a couple $100 at the most.
Yeah.
Audio's easy now, and you can get free applications on any computer to do simple edits. It's really kind of an exciting time for anybody that wants to do video.
And it's like the platforms to put them on.
Mm-hmm. Plentiful, to say the least. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do. It's like my big weak spot. You know, I'm working with Jeremy. That's in the RETV group there.
Right.
We're actually going to do a thing where he's going to like come on, and it's in shambles right now. I'm going to leave it in shambles just so we can do a couple, you know, 1 hour, half hour videos on him, like cleaning up my YouTube page and doing what you're supposed to do.
Repairing the shambles.
Yeah, repairing the shambles. Yeah. Yeah.
I think I smell another video series.
Yeah, something like that, man. Something like that.
Did you put so is your YouTube channel just like a repository for the Tim Macy shows? Like if people wanted to see past episodes, is that where they'd go, or do they just go to your Facebook page?
You'd go to the Facebook page. I mean, they're all on the Facebook page. The YouTube page is like where on a random Tuesday, I thought to myself, hey, I should put some of those videos on YouTube, and I threw like 5 of them up there.
Okay.
There's the YouTube page is horrible. It's like my worst thing. I gotta get it together.
Well, I gotta tell you, man, I need to give you a word of advice. I mean, the best thing about the social media thing is to cross promote your platforms.
Yeah. And the other great thing, I'm glad you brought that up. The other great thing about YouTube is like I'll put out a great video on Facebook, right? Like we did this taco giveaway for the Super Bowl. So we're in San Antonio. San Antonio's great tacos. So we did this thing like, who do you think has the best tacos? Right? Always ask people their opinion because everybody has one and they all want to give it.
Back to the engagement.
Yeah, tacos in San Antonio is something that people are very opinionated about. So who has the best tacos? Tell us, and you'll be entered in to win $100 worth of tacos.
Tacos, right?
Right? Yeah, and so that took off, 100-something shares, 16,000 views, I don't know, something like that. But with Facebook, if you hit it out of the park, that's great. But after a couple weeks, it's gone.
Right.
Right? Like it's done. Like there's such a constant, you have to keep creating content. YouTube is great because if I put what kind of loans can you get for a property in San Antonio?
Sure.
And I put that video together. It may have like 10 views in the first week, but it's there all the time and it keeps building and building and building. And all of a sudden people find you where nobody's going to find that taco video I did 2 years ago.
Right.
But people will find that YouTube video I did 2 years ago.
Yeah, and you just touched on another important thing too, is having a question answered. It's one of the great. Seriously, it's one of the greatest ways to give it that what is it called? It's called content quality algorithms.
Yes.
When you have a question, a keyword that has a question mark or a why or a what or a how, it brings you up in search engines. And like I said, YouTube is a repository. It's a great place to store things that you want people to be able to find whenever they're looking for it.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about RETV and how it started and who all's involved.
So Colin and I, who's your first guest, we started working together about 6 months ago or so. And we knew that we wanted to make a Facebook group because we love doing video. And
it's very clear how much you guys both like doing it.
Yeah. And look, there's a million Facebook groups out there, right? And so it's like, that was like a thing 2 years ago you did, right? 2 years ago you made a Facebook group. Now it's like, man, there's a Facebook group for literally everything. So it's kind of hard. It's not an easy thing to do. But he's got a great following. I have a pretty good following. And we knew we wanted to make a group just for people to post their videos and get feedback or get ideas.
Right.
And that's it, right? No, like, hey, this happened today and I'm upset about it, so you can like argue with me about it in a comment section.
Unless it's a video of that.
Yeah, I mean,
totally kidding.
yeah, but you know what I mean. So like, none of the kind of BS stuff that you see in all these Facebook groups, that's a distraction, right? Like, we want it to be very refined. Just post your videos, get feedback, get ideas, and make more video. We're hoping that there's people that have never done a video in their life come into that group and start creating, or there's people that are doing video but don't really know what they're doing and they do better. That's our authentic goal, is to help people do better with video. And I think that's why we're, getting traction, and it's going well.
It's a substantial and humble goal. It's good stuff.
Well, it goes back to the same thing though. I know if we have a group of 10,000 agents and we're authentically helping all of them. I mean, if I can make a group that helps 10,000 agents, there's going to be some reward for me at the end of it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I just know it's going to happen.
Well, that's the other thing too, is that, agents tend to reach a level of success where they start thinking of coaching and mentoring and things like that, whether it's for revenue stream or just to share knowledge. And these are great ways to lay groundwork for that kind of path. Apart from anything else, I mean, you've already got yourself a syllabus and stuff on video. You could show people 24 different videos right now to get them to the point where you want them to be. I can't tell you how much I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I want you to take a couple minutes and promote yourself, promote your show, and promote RETV, and then we're going to hang it up, and I'll give you a little heads up on what you can expect from us as far as a copy of the show.
For sure. So I'm Tim Macy. I'm down here in San Antonio. We have a nice small team, the Terrell Macy Group, my partner, Emily Terrell. And like I said, RETV is just a group where we want people who want to do video or want to get better at video or are fantastic at video and want to give back.
Right. Or show off.
Yeah, or show off.
I've seen some amazing stuff on that group. I really have.
I know. I'm blown away. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
And yeah, the Tim Macy show, I mean, I'm just trying to find people that I think are doing things maybe a little differently or just doing things at a high level.
Sure.
And trying to bring actionable advice for real estate agents back to them that they can go and execute, within the week. And so, yeah, if you like, subscribe, follow that. And then Real Estate Live is the other one. We're kind of taking, like, I have the Tim Macy show. Ray Ellen's got the Bearded Men of Real Estate.
Those guys are funny too.
Random Acts of Coaching, right? And everybody's on these different pages. And so we put Real Estate Live together with the idea that if we take all these shows and put them on one channel, it'll be a little bit easier for people to navigate.
Awesome. That's awesome. I can't tell you how much I appreciate the time, man. We're gonna wrap up here. Thanks so much for being here. I'm gonna send you a copy of the show, probably like an MP4 format or something like that. You can throw it on RETV or your own YouTube channel, whatever you want to do with it. It's gonna be up to you. And again, I can't thank you enough, man.
Awesome, Scott. I appreciate you having me.
My pleasure. Have a great day. Have a good summer if I don't talk to you again, but I will, I'm sure.
Sounds good. Thanks, brother.
Take care, man.
Bye.
Hi, this is Nigel from Storyteller, here to give you this episode's tech tip. Today, I will be talking about the Osmo Mobile. At just over $100, it's an affordable option to give you cinematic quality cell phone footage. The built-in gimbal allows buttery smooth pans and tilts and is always level. It's perfect for home tours, walk and talks, and even action shots. The included app puts all the features in the palm of your hand, making it a great addition to your video toolkit. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on Storycast.
Hey, thanks for watching. I want to thank Tim Macy for taking the time to talk to me today about his business, and I wanted to remind you to check out the Tim Macy Show on Facebook. I also wanted to thank Nigel for giving us the tech tip on the DJI Osmo Mobile. Hopefully DJI saw that and they'll send us some free stuff to tell you all about there too. And I wanted to remind you that if you ever have a technical question about video for your business, or if you have a suggestion of someone who's killing video for their business for an interview here, send it to production@storyteller.com. Anything we end up using, we'll send the suggester a $25 gift card. And I also wanted to remind you, if you want to know what we do here and how it can help what you do there, go to storyteller.com to learn more. My name's Scott. This has been Storycast.